My name is Julie. Today is April 10th. And for this video, I want to talk about my personal experience in the past 2 days coming from New York to Korea. And by sharing my personal experience, I hope that this can be helpful in any aspects, especially because many countries are severely affected due to coronavirus. I left New York City April 7th, and I landed here in Korea April 8th. And it's been 2 days. Within 2 days, I got tested this morning. I will get the result very soon. They said that it's going to take 6 hours. Although I don't have any symptoms, they just want to make sure that everybody's okay, and they just want to be aware of things. So they tested me this morning. They sent me this care package and water bottles, medical kit yesterday. Like, everything has been very organized and very professional. Everybody has been very friendly, patient with me, and I'll explain more about that throughout the video. I've been debating for 2 weeks whether I should stay in New York City or come home in Korea, because there are many pluses and minuses and risky aspects. Like, New York is very, very severely affected. I think today only it had 700 new deaths cases, and Korea was severely affected about a month ago, now recovering very fast, but then it would take me 14 hours of flight to just come to Korea, and then another 5 hours of this and that public transportation to come to my home. And then in the end, I decided to come back home to stay with my family during this time. And I ended up taking a Korean Air, and it was about $1,100 round trip. I think I was quite lucky to get this ticket. When I got to JFK Airport, it was pretty empty except for Korean Air desks. So when you land in Incheon International Airport, before the interview, there's a checkpoint where you have to provide your one of the forms about your address and about any of your health conditions, and they check your temperature, the laser thing, like he put it here, and then my temperature, of course, was pretty normal. I didn't have any symptoms. I felt pretty healthy, and I had a normal temperature, I think 36.2 or something. And then I received a quarantine certificate, and there's a date. I landed in April 8th. Quarantine safety app, and while you're standing in the line, you're supposed to download it, register yourself with all your information, passport, your name, your address, and then you're supposed to do the self-checkup every single day for 14 days, and that's your responsibility. So I did my first one while I was standing in the line, because they make sure that you do the first one before you see anybody else. There are police officers, there are army, military personnel supporting this process. And the second point is that they verify the address and the guardian's phone number. So when I go to the next person, he calls the number that I listed, and then basically he called my father. Is your daughter, are you aware that your daughter is coming home, and can you verify the address? That you get out, you're supposed to go to this waiting area that's separate from other people, because I am a person who entered into this country through international flight. Everyone's supposed to be under control, their movement for the 14 days, of course, for safety. And everybody was really, really understanding. Like, the police officers who were guiding me were very polite and very understanding. Like, they've been everyone has been very nice and patient with people, which I think it's pretty amazing, because during this time there were some bad cases where people coming from different countries, they're supposed to do self-quarantine for 14 days, but they didn't follow it. they just kind of went outside without mask, or they're not supposed to do that. But there were several bad cases like that. There is a waiting area that's for whoever is using the public transportation and whoever is using the private transportation, like the private car, or the private ride. And when the time is up, they escort me and other people to take the bus. There's a limo you take from Incheon Airport to Gwangmyeong, and that ride was 12,000 won, which is like 1,000 to 1,200 won is $1. So this is about $10 for the ride to get to the KTX, the train station. And then from there, we're also guided by someone, we're escorted by someone to go to a specific ticketing place. Basically, that area is only the internationals, like anyone, international students, like whoever was coming from abroad, we're all in the same area, and we're kind of we're kept in the same area, and everybody, like there are a number of people, volunteers, police officers watching, so then you don't like leave and just go anywhere. Like, why do you think they do this to this extent? Probably a lot of people were not cooperating, or a lot of people were just like, like didn't take it seriously. But everyone was making sure that we comply with the rules in a very respectful way, which I really appreciated. And then I took the train. We're supposed to be in a specific cart in the train. There are also people, like city officials, they were waiting for me because they know how many people are getting off the train for each station. And they escorted me to another checkpoint. So then I register myself. I give some information to be matched with whatever I provided before. So really, I'm stopped many times, but I don't find it annoying at all. I think it's very, very organized and very professional. I wrote down some of the information, and then there is even a taxi line, and then there is a private ride line. My father was there to pick me up, so I stayed in this line. And then taxi drivers, there are like several taxis waiting to pick up some people. But they were all, wearing like the protection, what do you call it, like suit. And then they had a mask. They were protected, and I saw them like cleaning their car. So it's really nice that there are taxi drivers who are willing and waiting for these people to ride home. It was a pretty cold night that day. It was pretty cold, chilly, and the volunteers and city officials, they were standing in this cold weather under this tent without any sort of heat, no heater. They were just like bearing with the cold, and I definitely appreciated that too. The next morning, I received a call. There's a point of contact, her name, her section, and her phone number, so I can call her through the app. And she basically she called me, she talked to me for a good amount of time just to give me any instructions and any legal procedure if I don't comply with the rules. And she informed me that there will be some supplies, we'll send you some supplies, and that's what she said. So I was like, okay, well, probably some hand sanitizers. Okay, thank you. Look what I received. This whole thing is what I received yesterday. First of all, water bottles, 20 of them. And then there's an encouragement letter. It's nice to receive this sort of letter, like, let's get through this together. And a packet, information packet. Look at this, 14 days worth of food. It's dried seaweed. Like even snack. These are my favorite. Snack, another snack. Let's see. And then some side dishes. Oh my gosh. And then this. Water tissues. Let's see. kimchi jjigae, the kimchi stew with pork. What is it? How do I explain this? 육개장. Beef, spicy beef stew. and porridge. Abalone. Is it abalone? Porridge. Seafood porridge. Another one. Oh my gosh. What is this? Chocolate almond. Oh my god. And then some nuts. Well. Oh, yes. And then, oh my gosh. I think it has, oh my gosh. I think it definitely has chicken in it. I feel it. Oh my gosh. All these things are so expensive in New York. I cannot believe it. And then some canned food. Kimchi. And miyeok. Seaweed soup. One of my favorites. Microwavable rice. It's like a sports drink. I like this one a lot. And yeah, I cannot believe I'm given this care package. Jeju orange juice. This is simply amazing. I think this is more than 14 days worth. I'm just gonna start with this one, water jelly. And then this packet is inside of this packet. There are guidelines. There are like 1, 2, 3. I think this is brilliant. Look at this bag. It has all the instructions. Here, it was impossible to get masks in New York when I was there, but there are 10 of them. I think there are at least 10 masks in this packet. And then a spray. This is a bacteria virus infection prevention, non-toxic sterilization, eco-friendly. It's a spray. Hand soap. And a tissue. And hand sanitizer. And then what? This is one thing. Give me even this too, so then if I have any trash, I put it here, so then my trash is separate from my family members. So that's that. And today I got tested. Today is my second day here in Korea, and I got tested this morning. Basically, when you land in Korea, within the next 3 days, you're supposed to be tested. I needed to go to public health center and be tested, but my father called them and explained his situation. Like today, I cannot really give her a ride. Like I was supposed to get a private ride to go there because I cannot use public transportation. And they were simply saying, no problem, we can send someone there. So they really try to be flexible and be available to the people. And so they were here this morning. They were here in the morning, and the person was wearing the whole like a bodysuit with a mask, with a goggle, and she had like something to put in my mouth and then my nose. She was pretty quick. Like I think it took 10 seconds. Definitely very different from other countries where people have to wait hours, or if they have minor symptoms, they cannot be tested. You have to have some sort of severe symptoms to be tested, which is pretty ironic because by the time you can be tested, it's probably a little late, or you are having severe symptoms. It's like you're definitely sure that you have it. I didn't have any notable symptoms, but because I'm coming from New York and because I'm coming from foreign country, it's always safer and better to prevent in advance. So I really appreciate this whole process, and it only makes me want to cooperate even better. How can I cooperate better? By coming here, I probably made more work for them, but from this point, can I reduce any work for them? And I just really appreciate their work and service and their effort to really prevent this and make sure that I'm okay too, and I feel fine too, and to make sure that the society is safe, this community is kept safe. Today I've heard the news that my hometown, since it first found the first confirmed case, it's been about 50 days, and there was no new confirmed case. It was zero. Although they're actively testing people, there was zero case. So I'm very happy with this much support and with this much explanation and guidelines and with this much service. I only want to be of help, and I only want to cooperate even more to make sure that I cooperate, to make sure that I comply with these rules for myself, for my family, and for the community. I know I talked a lot like this and that. That's just how I talk, but I hope this helped. And okay, see you next time. I don't know when that's gonna be, but bye.